Knowing that JK has captured David, the gang instantly pursues him. Meanwhile, David wakes in building and finds blood and dead bodies around him. He tries to escape, but police forces kill him. However, it all was JK's experiments on David. He warns him that if he goes on upgrading his body, he will become cyberpsycho, making his head explode. Suddenly Dorio and Lucy arrive there and save David while capturing JK. Jimmy, with no other option, helps the gang by luring Tanaka into the trap, but gets killed in action. Meanwhile, Maine is facing difficulties controlling his body and mind, showing signs of becoming a cyberpsychosis. As he is unable to control his implant, he gets blackout randomly, and when Kiwi was trying to hack Tanaka's cyberware, he unintentionally attacks Kiwi, Falco, and even Dorio and severely injures Kiwi. However, he cannot remember his act when returns to normal. These problems are eventually causing him to lose control of himself and begin to dream of his own death. When Lucy and David get to know about the situation, Lucy first refuses to take Kiwi's place but then accepts only with the condition that Maine must be kept away while David accompanies her. Meanwhile, David tries to talk with Maine, but Maine warns him to leave him alone. On the other hand, as Lucy dives into Tanaka's cyberware, Tanaka regains consciousness sometime later. When David is about to make him sleep again, Tanaka stops him, saying that he was the one who ordered his readmittance and there is still a chance for him. David gets confused, which causes the trauma team to find their location. Realizing the situation, Maine sends David and Lucy to escape while he and Dorio fight with forces, and along with Tanaka they all die in action. Several months have passed, and David has become the new leader of the Edgerunners group with his renowned name. However, he also gets some more upgrades to his body, including hands similar to Maine. After successfully completing his mission from the Fixer Wakako to save a VIP from the Maelstrom gang, he goes to Ripperdock for more upgrades and nearly replaces every part of his body. However, after that intense fight, Lucy left the gang, and even David was unable to convince her to rejoin the gang. Later, Faraday call for David and give him a job at Militech against Arasaka to test whether he is deserving of inheriting Maine's last mission to find the data Tanaka was hiding. Faraday also asks David to convince Lucy again to rejoin the gang. Later that night, David asks Lucy about her past, to which she reveals that she was a member of an elite group of Arasaka netrunners who were only prepared to recover the old net data. However, her teammates were killed in action, but she somehow manages to escape. On a mission, while taking Faraday's job, David loses control over himself, showing signs of cyberpsychosis, and brutally murders an Arasaka lab director. Meanwhile, as Arasaka counterintelligence overviews their people's sudden and unknown death, they believe that Militech must be involved in the situation. To get their revenge on Militech, they plan to kill Faraday in an assassination attempt, but he somehow manages to escape. However, when Faraday requests security and protection from Militech, they refuse to do so due to his 0% progress on Arasaka's cyberskeleton project. Realizing he has nowhere to go, Faraday reaches out to Arasaka and seeks an apology for Tanaka's death in exchange for finding the netrunner responsible for destroying their agents and concealing Tanaka's data. On the other hand, David is slowly becoming cyberpsychosis as he is showing more signs of becoming mad. Later that night at his house, David is unable to forget the death of Arasaka lab director and his secretary, causing him to collapse suddenly. Lucy takes him to Doc, who only advises him to reduce the number of implants he has in his body. Meanwhile, when Lucy finds another Arasaka agent searching for Tanaka's files, she goes to assassinate him but ends up in a trap set by Kiwi and Faraday. As Lucy is being held captive by Faraday and Kiwi, they interrogate her and discover that Lucy had been deliberately hiding Tanaka's data about David being a potential cyberskeleton test subject. With the trump cards in his hands, Faraday plans to secure a seat in Arasaka Corporation by giving Lucy and David to them. Now, to complete his mission, Faraday gives David a task to attack an upcoming Arasaka convoy. As David and others somehow manage to capture the convoy's main cargo, holding the cyberskeleton. Suddenly, when the Militech forces arrive, Faraday's agents using Lucy's voice call David and tells him to use the cyberskeleton, or everyone will die. David, without thinking any longer, gets ready to install the cyberskeleton while Kiwi makes her escape. However, meanwhile, Lucy somehow escapes from Faraday and tells David about the reality, and Faraday captures her again. David uses the cyberskeleton to destroy the Militech army out of rage, and after that, he promises Rebecca and Falco that they will free Lucy and exact revenge on Faraday. As Rebecca, Falco, and David make their way to Arasaka Tower, they keep battling with Militech and Arasaka forces, while David's situation worsens. Meanwhile, when Kiwi meets Faraday, He shoots in the chest trying to kill her, but she escapes using her powers. However, his men find her and finishes her off. Meanwhile, at Arasaka's tower, Arasaka men call for Atom Smasher to stop David. Later, Faraday and his team with Lucy arrive at the Arasaka tower while David chases them back. Suddenly David uses Sandevistan again and captures Lucy, killing all soldiers there while severely damaging Faraday. However, as he encounters Atom Smasher, he uses his Sandevistan for the last time and takes Lucy to Falco safely. Meanwhile, Faraday falls to death from the building and Atom Smasher smashes Rebecca under his feet. David asks Falco to take Lucy to a safer place while Atom Smasher destroys the cyberskeleton and kills him. Later, Lucy fulfills her dream of going to the moon, but she is upset that David was not present to share the occasion. Please subscribe to my channel for more anime series. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed the video. Bye.